That's the boundary first up. 1 bounce 4.
That's a good start for Dasan Shanaka. You always want to try and get a boundary to kickstart your innings, because from there you can just keep it going. A little bit wide. He's given Dasan a free hit on the leg stump, and he swept that very, very well.
Yeah, good confident start for the captain.
The delivery should want to get first up, I think, as soon as you arrived.
Exactly that. There's the owner of the Dambulla Vikings, Mr. Sachin Joshi. He was meeting with Mr. Ravin Wickranta this morning. I saw them at our hotel.
Yeah, Ravin, of course, is the tournament director.
Oh, nice bowling.
I'm sure the plans would have been for the years to come.
Just to go back to Dushmanta Chamira's over, I was really excited by the amount of by the pace he generated and the areas he hit. That is exactly what you want to do in your first over. He didn't try anything untoward. He just got the basics right.
Yeah, if you're with us before the game started, we just went through some of the golden rules, basically, that the quicks need to go through when they're bowling in T20 cricket. And I think he covered all the bases the way he was going about things. This is the dismissal. He's got a big motor. Andre Russell took him a while to get into gear. Took the catch quite comfortably. Hard into the ground.
This is the partnership for the Dambulla Viking right here. Samir Patel and Dasan Shanaka, they're two best players.
And then they got Angelo Pereira, who could also bat. So obviously they will be mindful of that. 80 for 3, 10 overs completed.
Turnover's gone, 80 for 3 at the moment. Incense Fair Play Award is also the Cycle Incense Fair Play Award is something that's awarded at the end of the tournament. The teams get awarded points for the spirit of the game. Here's Chamira again. He bowled with some really nice pace in his first over. Got rewarded. Hesitation there. He's not going to be able to turn around far enough and shy at the bowler's end. But that one was 140 k's per hour, that first delivery of that over. Here's a look at his speeds throughout the first over he bowled. So all at the start, straight away he was hitting good speeds. And then he picked up that wicket. So it's really good work. Creating a buzz straight away.
Looked a different bowler in this game. Chamira hitting the right areas consistently, generating a lot of pace. Got a few problems for the batsman.
He's been consistently at that around 143, 144. And the other thing about his consistency has been the length he's bowled. He's been at the batsman. And with Chamira at close to 145, Lahiru Kumara at 150. And with the likes of Kasum Rajitha, who's playing today, and a few other youngsters coming through, the Sri Lankan fast bowling cupboard is looking quite good and strong.
But that's refreshing, isn't it? We all know that Sri Lanka has produced world-class batsmen over the years. Quality spinners as well. Is he out? That's bad luck, isn't it? He was looking so good and so dangerous. And getting out in a fashion like this, disappointing.
Well, the change-up, a soft dismissal. Yeah, you could hear the sound. It was a very, very soft dismissal. Samit Patel will be kicking himself. But he has to go. because Dushmantha Chameera has got his second wicket in consecutive overs. And Viking in trouble, 82 for 4. Patel gone for 30. Angelo Pereira playing in his first game. Another player with Sri Lankan colours, lots of experience, 90 games. Pretty decent strike rate. Well, we spoke about how important that last partnership was for Dambulla Viking, and this partnership is the last of the recognised batsmen. Then Pulina Taranga is an all-rounder, and then you go down to the bowlers.
Yeah, Pereira making his first appearance in this Lanka Premier League. His work is cut out.
Strangled down the leg side. The second player to get dismissed in this sort of fashion. Samit Patel just losing his balance, falling over. A little bit of a roll across the seam of the ball to take the pace off. He's been quite pacey, but his variation doing the trick and being assisted with that shot by the batsman. Very unfortunate.
Oisha, a late addition to the Dambulla Viking side.
And T20 cricket allows you to play the mind games, as they say. If you look at Colombo Kings and how they bowled in the first 5 to 7 overs, they took pace off the ball. Now they're using pace on the ball. So again, just trying to confuse the opposition batting. It's paying dividends. Already 4 wickets and they're taking control.
Now they're using pace at the moment, but not forgetting the advantages those slow deliveries can bring to you. And that's how they managed to remove Samit Patel with a slow delivery. Slip in place.
Good pace, good pace. Dushmantha Chameera can work up a good head of steam. Again, you look at it, he's consistently in that 140 area. Darren, you spoke about, in fact, well, the current rate, a little while ago, the current rate would have taken them to 179. You could see what has happened with that wicket. It's now just under 150. And if you look at the Dambulla Viking batting approach, obviously it's different. We've seen batsmen looking to express themselves, looking for quick singles, quick runs, boundaries. But this is different. See, my point or my question to both of you, I mean both top order batsmen in your day, is it determined by the pitch, you think, or is it the state of the team, the mindset? Because Dambulla obviously Viking have been struggling. They've been still looking for their combination. They're still not very confident out there, or at least that's how they look.
Was he stumped? There was a bit of a delay by the wicketkeeper. Chandimal it was, which probably allowed the batsman to get back. A review will settle this decision. Legal delivery.
Big moment for Dambulla Viking. A very big moment in their innings. Dasun Shanaka. Well. Oh, he just managed to get in. So the Dambulla Viking supporters will breathe a little bit easier. The captain's still there. Chandimal struggled a little bit.
Good bowling though. The leg spinner is not afraid of flighting the ball. Looking to get some spin, and it's not out. Once again a bit of turn for the leg spinner.
Just waiting for that point. I'd like to hear your views.
To answer your question, Roshan, any T20 team has to play to its strength. And I think as a batting unit, you want to capitalize on the power play overs with the restriction of only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. So you've got to be ultra aggressive. So if you're opening the batting, yes, it's cricket at the end of the day, and as a batsman, you've got to assess the conditions, understand which shots are on, understand which bowlers are the biggest threat to your wicket, and play accordingly. That's where the skill and the assimilation of the conditions, they all come into play. But at the end of the day, it's about scoring runs in quick time for your team to give you a competitive advantage.
It's a very long run.
And also the situation will dictate terms too. You know, if you set up the tone of the game through your openers quite well, then you keep on going with the momentum. And you have to look at the opposition as well. And if you glean the right information and you prepare well, do the diligence, you come out with the right ideas and employ the right strokes according to the state of the surface, with chances to excel, get brighter. Good running, very good running. That's what they have to do very often to get to a decent total. After 12, it's 88 for 4.
Most valuable player of the tournament, Tisara Pereira, just under 100. Danushka Gunatilaka played a blinder yesterday, right on top. A few 90s there. Samit Patel just under 90.
My 11 Circle, Lanka Premier League. Of course, many of you would have downloaded the app and selected your fantasy team for today's match. We hope that you've selected the right players, because if you can score maximum points, you can be a champion. You play alongside a champion and be a champion as well.
That's true.
And Darren, it's becoming difficult for the fans to actually pick, because there are plenty of options now. As the tournament is hotting up, the players have started to react. And there's so many options now in bowling, spin department, batters, and also the wicket keepers.
My 11 Circle, Lanka Premier League, still in its early stage, but I can tell you it's hotting up. A lot of interest, good contests.
In terms of the fantasy teams that you're picking, I'm sure bowlers will come more in focus. Given what we're seeing today, what we saw yesterday, they should be able to get you more points than what we've seen in the earlier matches.
Initially, what you saw, the faster bowlers, they were reluctant to bowl those heavy balls. Now pelting the batsman with the short pitch deliveries. In the previous over, we saw Chamira welcoming a new batsman at the crease with 3 consecutive bounces. So now they're getting the hang of it. They're gaining more and more confidence. Top edge and clear the boundary. It's a 6.
Extra pace. And Chamira's extra pace, just making sure, and a lot of bat on it. Possibly a top edge. Doesn't matter. Just breaks those monotony of dots and singles. Short delivery. Just above his eye line.
Yeah, runs bring relief for the batsman in this format. If you have eaten up a few deliveries, then a boundary or a 6 is comforting.
I know we've been talking a lot about the Colombo Kings and their bowling. Nambola Viking is still in a good position batting wise. Yes, they've lost maybe a wicket or two too many, but still they have a chance of getting to 170. And I say that because what we've seen in the first 5 overs, they've scored at around 7 to 8 runs per over, and then in the next 5 around 9 to 10. So only the better teams in T20 cricket are able to score higher in the middle phase of the innings, and they've done that. So not a bad position. The big challenge will be, can they finish well, and do they have the power batsmen to hit the boundaries, maybe in the death overs?
I'm with you, because Dambulla Viking have a good bowling attack. They can defend it if they provide it, if they get to 170. What do you think, my friend?
I agree. Talk about it. 10 runs off the over, 98 for 4. For 4. Well, we got 7 overs to go. We were talking about the 170 target. Darren was talking about a good finish. Now, to do that, I believe that this partnership needs to bat a little bit deep. That's one. And Dasun Shanaka, he's going to be the key as far as I'm concerned, because he's the one who can really move things along. And it's going to get runs here down to deep mid wicket, and it will be 4. So it's the 100 for the Nambola Viking. And this man, Dasun Shanaka, needs to be there.
Yeah, he needs to cash in. He was given an opportunity. Chandimal could have stumped him out. It wasn't to be. Now he has to cash in.
And just to finish on that, Pulina Taranga, who's coming in next, can really hit the long ball. He's a quick scorer. Behind square leg, good work in the deep. That came quickly.
I also felt when Dasun Shanaka elected to bat first, he took into consideration that this is a pitch that was used previously, and batting second on this type of surface will be challenging, especially with the conditions around. So, as you rightly said, he's putting that onus on his bowlers to win him this game. They still have a lot to do with the bat, but that's not a bad strategy. If you think your strength lies in your bowling, put runs on the board and allow your bowlers to win you a match. We've been talking a lot about the turn. Myself, Amir Sohail spoke about it before the start of this match. 5.3 degrees. That's significant. And I'm sure it will be an incentive for Dambulla Viking and their spinners when they get their chance to bowl. So, a challenge for batsmen on this surface.
Yeah. The best thing Ahmed did in his spell, he flighted the ball, bowled it slower. In the air, into the gap. And my 11th circle. Champion shot that was.
Angelo Pereira, short and wide. Damika Prasad, well, he's returning after injury. He's worked really hard, but he's not possessing the same pace he used to have. So that gave him a bit of space outside the off stump. But just going back to Dasun Shanaka's decision, he's playing 4 spinners. So obviously he's expecting this pitch to help them. Columbagay, a leg spinner, and Pulina Taranga bowls leg spin. Then there are 2 left-arm spinners.
Apart from the beauty of Sri Lanka that you're seeing, we also have another sponsor that is on board, Munchikome, flavored rice cracker to enrich your snacking moments. Most Sri Lankans will know about this brand, and we've been enjoying it. Another My 11 Circle champion shot. This is going to be a welcome relief for Dambulla Viking.
It's turning out to be a good over for them. Prasad has been all over the place in this over. His ball wide of the stumps. His ball long hopped. Working in the favour of the batsman. He should be relieved in this over. These 2 batsmen picking up 2 boundaries.
13 runs already. No ball. No ball.
Isn't it a crime? Overstepping. The opposition, who was feeling a lot of pressure before this over, they must be feeling relieved. Opportunity to pick up easy runs. And the set batsman on strike, their captain, Shanaka.
That was the effort ball. He was going at about 120 and that went to 130. So searching for some extra pace, just overstepping, but goodness. Overstepping in T20 cricket. Dasun Shanaka on strike. Slams it. A boundary. It's a big over. 19 runs off it. It's 117 for 4. Right, 117 for 4. It's time again for the strategic timeout.
घर गिरवी बीवी खफा किस्मत के ताले बंद और जिंदगी झंड पर झंड मनुष्य के योग को भी संयोग मिल जाए तो उसकी दशा और दिशा दोनों बदल जाते हैं।
पार्थ तुम्हारा लक्ष्य चूकना नहीं।
मेरी जाने मन को मारा, फिर मेरे पैसे लेके भाग गया, पूरे 5 करोड़।
अरे साले पड़ोसी को मार के आए हो। इसे मैं देख लूंगा, मेरी दक्षिणा तैयार रखना।
अगर तुझे इतना सारा पैसा मिले तो क्या करेगी?
तुझे छोड़ के भाग जाऊं। मेरे पास एक बढ़िया लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी। सर मरने पे 5 करोड़ मिलेंगे।
बीवी के मरने पे मुझे,
आपके मरने पे बीवी।
चल पहुंच।
तो पैसे राहुल के पास है।
राहुल को पकड़ सकते हैं
हम? तुम? कौन मैं?
हाँ तुम, बस तुम।
उफ।
कुछ मिला?
सर
ओह, ये यहाँ क्यों बनाया? वहाँ भी बना सकते थे।
मैं 3 तक काउंट करूंगा, जैसे 3 बोलूं तो भागना है। ठीक है? ठीक है?
हाँ।
3।
बहुत तकलीफ दिया मादरत से। कैसे मान लें, पैसे राहुल लेकर गया है।
डस्टबिन में कॉन्डम पड़े।
मेरा डब्बा पड़े पड़ा सड़ गया और यहाँ पे तुम।
प्यार तो मैं तुमसे ही करती हूँ मनीष।
Partnership, 6 overs to go, 36 legal deliveries. How much will they profit? The Nambula Viking, that's the question. As long as Dasun Shanaka is around, there's a lot of hope.
And that's why it was a very important strategic timeout for the Colombo Kings. Because they needed to rethink their strategies. And I think Angelo Matthews has gone with the right option. The most experienced bowler, Udana.
Angelo Matthews, he's got a task on his hand to select his remaining bowlers after this over. 5 overs remaining. You think that Chamera will get an opportunity again. He's bowled 3 overs, 2 wickets. Just conceded 15 runs. So Udana, you'd expect to bowl his full complement of 4.
So it still leaves 2 more overs. So he'll have to pick, maybe himself could come on and bowl an over, take a lot of pace off the ball if he wants to.
Still 170 on the cards because both these batsmen, they got their eye in, they got the measure of the pitch, they've got their bearing right, looking dangerous.
The one thing I've seen at the international level in T20 cricket is leg spinners bowling in the death phase of the innings too. And that's not a bad option to choose, especially when you have spin-friendly conditions. You think of Adil Rashid, you think of Adam Zampa, Rashid Khan. All these bowlers are ranked in the top 10 T20 bowlers in the world. So that's a trend that I've seen at the international level. And surely I would like captains to trust their leg spinners even in the death overs and that phase of the innings too.
White ball.
Should be a wide. Does it tell you something? Leg spinner excelling in pressure situations, especially in the death of the innings, because most of the batsmen, they are looking to heat the ball towards mid-wicket. Strong grip on the bat and ball turning away. Brings a lot on the table. So I think it's a good point for the bowlers to think who are required to bowl in the depth of the innings. What they should be looking to do and where they should be looking to bowl.
So Roshan, I'd like to see Qais Ahmed bowl his full complement of 4. He's bowled 3 already.
Yeah, and also, if you looked at what Udana did in this over, one delivery he went quick, but he was not taking the pace off with the back of the hand. I think he was rolling his fingers over the ball. He was taking a lot of pace. He was looking to try and bowl cutters. So it's an indication as to where this pitch is.
Ganga, how are you communicating with the captain? He heard you.
I wish.
What are the tools? Come on. Let us in on the secret.
Telepathy.
Ganga has a lot of tools. He doesn't tell us what it is.
Name one.
He doesn't tell us. So how would I? Talking about the pace of Isur Udana, if you just look at that, the first 2 deliveries took a lot of pace off the ball, but not in the way he generally does it. High, should be taken. Chandimal underneath it, takes it quite well. great work, because if you look at the way he ran for it, he made sure that the others were moved away. It's pretty confident, got underneath it.
That got to work for him. Finally, you know, that's the thing in T20 cricket. Couple of dot deliveries, mounts up the pressure, demanding from the batsman to do something special. He opted to hit the ball towards mid-wicket, and guess what happened? Outer edge, because the ball moved away from the batsman. Timely wicket. Angelo Pereira contributing with 21. It's 120 for 5.
Angelo Pereira, Roshan, I heard he comes from a very good college, St. Peter's College.
Yeah, of course he comes from a good college, no doubt about it. But that's not the only good college.
I guess that's yours, isn't it?
There are many more good colleges around, for your information. 121 for 5.
The business end now. 15 overs gone, 121 for 5. So there's just the 5 overs remaining in this really important game. Ali. He's going to be facing, in fact he's not, he's at the non-strikers end. There he is, just practicing a couple of shots. Oh, that's a bit of a freebie. That's a buffet ball. That's gone for 6 runs. Right out of the screws.
Dustin Shanaka not going to miss out on that. As you say, Hazy, it's a free hit for him, that. Big partnership, this one. Oh, that's just a hip-high full toss. Dustin Shanaka, a player of his class, is not missing out on that.
Look, if they're not careful, they're going to find themselves in trouble, the Colombo Kings. They were going along nicely, just being a little clumsy, plenty of wides. There's 21 extras on the board. Last 5 overs, 10 and over gets the Dambulla Kings to 170. And as we know, runs on the board, always crucial.
These extras are getting out of control. 15 wides in the 21 extras. Nicely bowled, nice pace through the air.
That's also 2.5 overs, Hazy, there. Quick 20.
Good connection. That's gone over the top as well. 6 more. That's the second maximum in this over. And these big hits make a big difference.
And that is a very, very good shot from Dustin Shanaka. He's hit with the spin into his area where he's very proficient. Over extra cover, down the wicket. Beautiful weight transferal. Everything right there. Good connection. 6.
Long levers. Look at the way he swings that bat. The back lift and then right through. Good player.
There's a nice little replay there. We could see actually when the ball was released, then he actually went down the surface. He knows that there's a bit of air. Oh, that's beautifully done. That is a superb delivery. Good comeback.
That should encourage the Dambulla Kings too. They got spinners in their ranks and they got to try and take the opportunity to find that spin. great angle. Turn.
But in the end, it's a pretty big over. 134 for 5, 13 from it. Four overs to go. Look at those extras, 21. I wonder if that's going to bite them in the end.
All that scorecard needs is a 20 or a 30 from Anwar Ali. That'll get them to a very competitive zone. The best for the Kings, Dushmantha Chameera. I'm sure the coach pretty excited about what he's seeing from Chameera today.
2 for 15 his return right now, and he's been bowling plus 140. Oh, that's picked up superbly. That is an extraordinary shot. That is an amazing stroke first up.
What a good shot there by Dasan Shanaka. Just rocked back and hit it for 6. Wait again, through the ball. He is playing a very, very good little cameo here and getting them to something very exciting.
We are seeing some really good cricket now. It's quite amazing, this game. I thought the first 5 overs I was going through the motions a bit and a couple of soft dismissals, and then now it's for the last little while it's clicked into some really good quality action. And that's a good start to the over. 6 off the first ball means this one could convert into a big over and make a big difference. Good comeback, slow delivery.
Dushmantha Chameera changing his pace up there. Slow ball out the back of the hand. Well bowled at this point of the game. He executed that very, very well. Good to see him with that in his arsenal as well.
Joint leading scorer in the tournament so far, Dasun Shanaka.
I guess the ideal scenario is to get him back on strike. Ali on strike now. And he does that. Nicely played. That's a single down to third man. So skipper back on strike.
On top of the list is Danushka Gunatilaka of the Ball Gladiators. He's been contributing with the bat, but still no winning cause for the Gladiators.
Anwar Ali as well, very dangerous cricketer. He hits a very hard ball. Has played particularly well for the Quetta Gladiators in the PSL. Very, very good all-round cricketer and somebody very good at the back end of the innings.
I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be able to get 12, 13, maybe even 14 runs and over from here. 5 wickets in hand. Chanaka is in form, striking the ball nicely. He gets some backup from Ali as well. That's wide. Extra delivery coming up.
But the firepower is here. These two, they're 5 down already. Pulina Taranga coming in for his first game, a youngster. It'll be a hard ask too for a new batsman to come out and play shots like Dasun Shanaka and what Anwar Ali can do. That's why I said Anwar Ali, a 20 here does the job.
16 wides is... well, that's going to make the bowling coach and the head coach tear their hair out. And the Sri Lankan coach tear it... no, sorry.
He got no hair. What are you talking about, hey? Sri Lankan coach got no hair.
I realised. Hard down the ground. Ricochet. She'll be able to come back for the second.
He did so straight. The extra ball that has been bowled. We spoke about 16 wides. And the extra ball that they have conceded has gone for 15 runs. So that's a lot of runs conceded. Dasun Shanaka, you can't hit it straighter than that. That would have beaten both fielders at long off and long on. That hard, that straight.
So that's 22 runs, let alone the extra ball again, which was maybe the 8th ball. So there's more and more and more. That's a captain killer, that one.
That's what I really enjoyed from Dushmancha Chamira. Go back to what you do best. What he does best is he hits a hard length with pace. The back of the hand slow ball worked well for him at the start of the over, and then he got the next one wrong. There we go. See him pace. Hit his hard length.
But Shanaka, he'll be gutted because third man in the circle. At that pace, all he needed was a little bit of bat to get it over the fielders in the circle.
Last ball now of the 17th over. 11 runs from it so far. Healthy. Can they finish in style? Can't get past that big hit of Andre Russell. That would have gone for 4 had it been maybe another foot further away from him. It didn't, so 12 off, 146 for 5. Look at the Cycle Incense Fair Play Award as it stands at the moment. Now, those two teams, 1 and 2, are the two teams that had a bit of a tussle on the park yesterday. So they would have lost, I guess, a couple of points, but this is up until now. Colombo Kings down the bottom at this stage.
Oh, there was plenty comedy. Afridi's expressions. So Ravin Vikramaratne, Vice President Sri Lanka Cricket, domestic. And also the tournament director of the My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League.
Andre Russell now into the attack. First time we've seen him. No real pace in that delivery. That's just rolling the arm over a little bit. He's had some knee problems over the years. He's got a bit of a hamstring that he's okay with, but he's just looking after the fraction.
He was saying earlier today that he felt that he was getting back to a little bit of his fitness, and hopefully by the end of the tournament he'll be able to bowl his rockets again.
Dropped.
Very gentle run up though. He's relying on his shoulder. It's not pushing him as much. He doesn't need to hit shoulders like that.
I was going to say, yeah, exactly right. 150 k's per hour with those shoulders.
So you guys listening to me today? Not bad.
Oh, sorry, I just caught that one, yeah. He didn't. Nicely bowled, across and wide and full. Always difficult to do too much with those, particularly when there's not too much pace on them.
No, it's a good angle. It's a real good angle at the back end of the innings, coming around the wicket into the pads, nice and full. Oh, Russ! I'm sure he would have been unhappy he didn't hang on to that one.
You probably saved 4 there, Mickey.
Low full toss. There is protection. It's just on the bounce. Nice bounce for that fielder, Herring in.
Just the over the Colombo Kings needed. 4 balls, 3 runs. The runs were flowing. 170. That's a number the Double Viking need from here.
Underneath that one, but not enough. Andre Russell has picked up a wicket. Now that is an important wicket because it's a dangerous partnership. Ali and Shanaka.
Ali went across his crease to try and negotiate that angle better. He got a good piece of that. But look, it's almost on the crease, so Ali cannot get underneath it. He does well, but not well enough. Case Ahmed, even better. That's not an easy catch. But how easy is it for Andre Russell? Just amble in, get those Yorkers in, pick up wickets, break partnerships. This is a crucial one. He's broken Anwar Ali for 2, 149 for 6.
Three runs from the over so far. Last ball of the 18th. Short delivery. Gets that one through to the keeper. Oh, wide's called. That's not going to impress the big fella. Oh, a bit of a smile.
Was a late call from square leg. The umpire walked in and then suddenly stuck his hands out. Well, Case Ahmed very good and very lucky that he got his hands in front of his face too. 150 for 6. That wide bringing up the 150 for the Dambulla Waikiki. Make that 151 for 6 at the end of the 18th over.
The Viking owner, Assistant Joshi, just moving around a little bit at the moment. Just getting a little bit anxious, I think. He would have liked to have seen a couple more runs than they've got. That over from Andre Russell certainly has hampered things for them. 1 for 5 off Russell's first.
Wasn't his execution there so good? He knew exactly what he needed to do. Round the wicket, pull him straight into the block hole.
Mind you, he's not bowled for a while.
Yeah, and that makes his execution even better. He followed the principle of the fast
वक्त आ गया है कि हम उनसे उन्हीं की जुबान में बात करें।
अभी खेलने का नहीं, पेलने का टाइम है।
Catch India's tour of Australia. But what will you do on a non-match day? Well, we have got you a reason to live more. Subscribe to Live Now.
Going to have to come back for the second, and they do. That's good running. Brings up the 50. That's good work. Off the bat.
वक्त आ गया है कि हम उनसे उन्हीं की जुबान में बात करें।
अभी खेलने का नहीं, पेलने का टाइम है।
Catch India's tour of Australia. But what will you do on a non-match day? Well, we have got you a reason to live more. Subscribe to Live Now.
Good morning.
Morning, son.
Your temperature's almost 101.
My daughter's very worried that I might have this virus. What's it called?
Keep learning more things about this disease. I don't know. It is not right.
It's not diverticulitis, it's COVID. We've both been exposed.
I want this to be over.
We all want it to be over, Sean.
I need to not feel sad because everything sucks. People are dying and we can't help them. And what is worse?
Start of the last over. Russell it is. Wide and full is going to be the name of the game. He's not going to allow the batsman to get underneath his deliveries. That's going to be what his aim is.
And his fitness and the fact that he's back to his bowling will give this Colombo Kings team a lot more options, make it a lot more stronger. I have to say though, nice one.
I've spent 9 years behind these walls for a crime I didn't commit. It tore my family apart. Becoming a lawyer helped set me free.
Mr. Wallace deserves an opportunity to present his defense before a new jury.
And now the real fight begins.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
And suddenly 180 is back on the cards, and that will be a very good score. That's Dasun Shanaka. Couldn't get underneath it.
Might have heard the call of two, but no chance.
On the money, that's the length that Andre Russell's looking for right at the end. Just to go back to that dismissal of Dasun Shanaka, what we saw with the ball previously went for 6, which was just a little bit shorter in length, and that one that he got out to, there we go, Yorker length, Andre Russell doesn't allow him to free the arms. But the one Dasun Shanaka eventually got out to, the length was a lot fuller there from Isuudara. It was a really good comeback.
Fine leg moved inside the circle. Third man as well. Andre Russell has taken another catch. He's gone for the double play as well. I wonder if there's going to be a time when that's going to be introduced into T20 cricket.
Tried very hard. Pulina Taranga went right across his stumps and tried to scoop it. Could only find Russell. He's making an impact with the ball. With bat the other day, but in releasing the ball and catching the ball, he's been outstanding. Just the one delivery remaining in the innings. Malinda Pushpakumaro striking it well. He's at the non-striker's end. Pulina Taranga out for 4, 175 for 8.
Can they get one big shot to get past the 180 mark? Oh, it's gone over the top. No, it hasn't. It's gone to third man. Medina is the catcher. Andre Russell, I think, has enjoyed himself here. This has provided some incentive for him to bowl a bit later on. Big smile. Some catches as well. Picked up some wickets. All he needs now is a few runs just to cap off a good day.
That's the magic of the man from Jamaica. Andre Russell, amazing. Just ended up there with 2 for 18 from his spell. And we saw some pace. I reckon he'll bowl a lot more as this competition goes on.
He can crank it up at any stage. His style of cricket, the way he moves, he can change gears at any given stage, and that makes him a lot more dangerous. Very unpredictable. Right option from Colombo Gay, but the angle far too much to negotiate. But I'll say, after winning the toss and opting to bat first, the Dambulla Viking, if you told them at the toss 175, they'll be quietly happy.
Yeah, I think the track was certainly just a little bit difficult to play on initially. And Russell even brought out the guitar at the end of that innings. And I think the track's going to be better to bat on in the second part of this first of 2 games today. A couple of wickets for 18 runs for Andre Russell, a couple of catches as well. Did grass one, so it could have been 3 catches. And just a nice little cameo with the ball, but that 175 I think is fine. They'll sit in that change room and think, yes, we could have done a little bit better, but I think they'll be quite happy with where they are at this stage, which means they've got to get some breakthroughs early.
Look, they lost early wickets. They were 2 down for 3. From there to get to this position, I don't think they can complain.
Samar Patel is going to be a key player. He will get a little bit of purchase out of this surface as well once they get it back into the field. Let's look back at what happened with the Viking. You can see that they really struggled at the top. Dick Weller and Sterling, 1 apiece. Taranga 25. You got 15 and 18 and 25 now throughout the tournament. So he needs to kick up a gear. Patel, 50 and a couple of 30s so far. His return again. He's also got to do some more work. Shanaka 56, played nicely. And in the end, getting to that, mustering to that 175 for 9.
Matthews opened the ball and picked up an early wicket. 1 for 14 for him. Surudana, he usually bowls his 4 out. He's the go-to man. 3 wickets for him for 25. This month, the Chamira was good. The way he changed his pace and picked up a couple of wickets in the middle. Brought the Kings back into it. But Andre Russell, anything he touches turns to gold. 3 for 18.
Gee, they sure did use some bowlers, that's for sure. Last 5 overs, 54 runs are scored for the loss of 4 wickets, and that is what is required. They need 176 to win. The Colombo Kings are on a bit of a roll at the moment. They've played 2, they've won 2 so far. And of course, they're going to have 20 overs to get them in, and they need to go at a shade under 9 runs per over.
वक्त आ गया है कि हम उनसे उन्हीं की जुबान में बात करें।
अभी खेलने का नहीं, पेलने का टाइम है।
Catch India's tour of Australia. But what will you do on a non-match day? Well, we have got you a reason to live more. Subscribe to Live Now. अगर आपकी आयु 18 वर्ष से कम है तो कृपया आगे ना बढ़ें। अगर आप हिंसा को स्वीकार नहीं करते हैं तो ये आपके लिए नहीं है। अगर आप कमजोर दिल के हैं तो इसे बिल्कुल भी ना देखें। अगर आप इसे फिर भी देखना चाहते हैं तो वेलकम होम।
ये आपका पहला बच्चा है? मतलब और बच्चे हैं?
बच्चे तो मर जाते हैं।
मतलब?
बाहर आते हैं, थोड़ा रोते हैं, फिर मर जाते हैं।
I've spent 9 years behind these walls for a crime I didn't commit. It tore my family apart. Becoming a lawyer helped set me free.
Mr. Wallace deserves an opportunity to present his defense before a new jury.
And now the real fight begins.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. You're not starting to think Wallace is innocent.
Now I'll free others. I'm your lawyer now.
You can't back down now.
I won't.
Man, you're crazier than I thought.
I just got principles.
I'm sorry that you feel that. वक्त आ गया है कि हम उनसे उन्हीं की जुबान में बात करें।
अभी खेलने का नहीं, पेलने का टाइम है।
Catch India's tour of Australia. But what will you do on a non-match day? Well, we have got you a reason to live more. Subscribe to Live Now.
Welcome back to the MRI Cricket Stadium in Hambantota. We are at the halfway stage of match 7 of the My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. Dambulla Viking opting to bat first. They fought really hard to 175 for 9. Their captain yet again top scoring. But Colombo Kings, their bowling coming to the fore. Angelo Matthews will be pleased with that effort. And 175 should be a good target for them to chase. In terms of the highlights, first wicket strangled down the leg side, Roshan Dikwela. And then in the second over, Paul Sterling picked out the man in short mid-wicket. There was a bit of a partnership, Roshan.
Yeah, Samit Patel did prosper. But Dushmantha Chameera was good. He had the wicket of Upul Taranga. And he followed it up almost immediately. The slower delivery, a soft dismissal down the leg side, but these were important wickets.
A lot was expected from the captain. It was a bit of a crisis. They needed some consolidation, but what he did well, he continued to keep that. Boat himself, Usuru Odana, they were amongst the wickets. Along the way, the captain, Dasun Shanaka, got to a half century. And it was a good effort, despite losing wickets in clusters early on. The innings eventually ending. Dambulla Viking 176. Openers making their way out. Laurie Evans had a good partnership with Andre Russell in the last match when they scored 96 of just 5 overs. Dinesh Chandimal will partner Laurie Evans.
8.8 required run rate. Got to bat well. Dinesh Chandimal, outstanding knock in the very first game when the Colombo Kings went on to chase 219. That game was tied. Dinesh Chandimal off the past. That's what we saw, batting freely. The young Chandimal who burst onto the scene, playing shots, happy to take the bowlers on, and then we saw him go into a shell. So has he rediscovered that touch, that instinctive batting style that he grew up with?
Laurie Evans is his partner. I believe Chandimal is a man on a mission. He just wants to make sure that he comes back. But look at Laurie Evans. He's got good numbers, good average, very good strike rate as well. He's got 100. And Samit Patel, now I know that at the toss, Dasun Shanaka was emphasizing on the fact that he's playing 4 spinners, that he's going to kind of concentrate and depend a lot on the spinners. So let's see how the spinners bowl on this track.
It was a bit of a challenge as an opening batsman facing a spinner first up. Taken! That was punched back. He had to react, and so he did. One-handed stunner.
Stunner, all right. He reacted slightly late, but managed to get out there and stick that mitt out. Now this is what you'll expect on this pitch. The ball to hold up a bit. Chandimal threw the shot very, very early. Oh yes. Perfect size for that hand. Wicket off the first ball. Just what they needed.
And to his right, which is his weak area. So Chandimal, rather unfortunate start. Out for naught. Kings not for one.
Six-year-old Tikshala Silva, new batsman.
Left-hander in. But what the Dambulla Vikings saw when they were batting, there was turn for K.S. Ahmed. Quick single, good early call, responded to Laurie Evans. It should encourage the Dambulla Viking to bowl slower and look for turn. Now, Samit Patel is a player who can throw with both hands, so you can't really say that that's his weak side.
Any coach will tell you when you're bowling, you've got to expect that ball coming to you. An opportunity for a catch. Drink partner of Lanka Premier League, Red Bull, Herschel Gibbs, attempting to get a few wings. Coach of this Colombo Kings team.
Slip in, man on the drive at short extra cover. That is to be expected. And another look at that outstanding catch by Samit Patel. Yeah, reacted late, but he was there. Swung away on the leg side. There is a man on the boundary. It's only a single.
Yeah, nice to watch. It's a nice feeling when you get a wicket like that early. Perfect from Samit Patel. Perfect size for that hand. The ball right in the middle. It's not popping out.
Right type of impetus for Dambulla Viking at the start of their bowling. But it's a brilliant end to the over for Colombo Kings. They will play with this type of flair. They've been unbeaten so far in the tournament. 1 over down, 6 for 1. For 2 is what Nambula Viking achieved at the end of the power play with the bat. How will Colombo Kings match that effort?
Kasun Rajda, Sri Lankan international cricketer, had a wonderful start to his T20 career against India, picking up wickets early. That was in Pune, that game.
Punch through mid-wicket, and it will run away to the boundary. It's a good start to the over for the Colombo Kings. On the pads, that's the mistake he made. It's a packed offside field, just going down the leg side a little bit.
Let's appreciate the balance shown here by Laurie Evans. Head not falling over. Sometimes as an opener, you're a little bit anxious to get into position and you can easily fall over and not time deliveries that are straight on you. When you have to play through the onside, you will feel really good.
Can't blame Rajitha for that first delivery. He was looking for shape which never came. And he's that type of bowler, and as a fast bowler, you've got to try and give yourself a chance to see if you can get it to swing. Doesn't happen, then you get to react fast. But if you don't try, you will never know.
It's good to see him in the side. I was honestly surprised to see him sitting out in the first 2 games because he carries international experience. Mohammad Herat. No. What a record. Outstanding left-arm spinner. Served Sri Lanka cricket brilliantly. Going to the full length, Kasun Rajitha searching for some swing.
The first innings would have given this Nambula Viking team a chance to see what the bowling approach should be when their turn come. And we saw that pace off the ball worked really well for Colombo Kings early up with the new ball. So I expect that there will be a few slower deliveries used in the power play. Very attacking field, slip in place.
Down to the man, it's taken. They've got the second wicket. And they've got 2 quick wickets. Dixila de Silva. Perfect start for the Viking. On the pads. For a moment it appeared to be clearing the ropes, but not to be.
Trying to just flick it. Paul Sterling takes it easy. Rajitha picks a wicket. Great start for the Nambula Viking as Dixila de Silva departs for 5. Colombo Kings 11 for 2.
Angelo Matthews, the captain of Colombo Kings, will have his opportunity with the bat. 81, his highest score in T20s. What I'd like to see is some aggression to Angelo Matthews early on. We've seen him struggle a bit with good short deliveries.
Yeah, search for those wickets. Now even these 2 wickets will help the Dambulla Viking to probably get through another over and maybe manage those first 6 overs without too much damage. Risti didn't get enough. Third man in the circle, point goes out. Very important delivery for Kasun Rajitha.
Not a good note to end the over after getting a wicket. 9 runs from the over, 15 for 2 after 2. Boundary of the first delivery and the last delivery of the last over from Rajitha. 2 wickets, more importantly, for Dambulla Viking. We saw wickets fall in cluster in that first innings as well. First over, second over wicket, same here.
Malinda Pushpakumara replacing Samit Patel. A couple of lusty blows towards the end of that innings just pushed Dambulla Vikings to a more comfortable position. Very experienced first-class cricketer. He's played Test cricket for Sri Lanka. Lots and lots of wickets. My circle 11 champion shot. It's a favourable length for Kasun Rajitha. Just match length. He looks to swing it towards the slips. Got to pull it back. Just a wee bit.
Malinda Pushpakumara, of course, doesn't really fire the ball. He intends to flight it, goes a little bit slow through the air. Might be perfect on this track because the spinners bowling slow, but got a bit of turn. This is over the top. In the slot for Matthews. It was tossed up, looped, and it was easy pickings over extra cover.
I'm not quite sure this is the best plan to Angelo Matthews. He likes slow bowling. He will dominate, and more so it will give him an advantage because he's just come to the crease. That's when most batsmen are most vulnerable. And with that type of shot, you can already see that his confidence is high. He is willing to be aggressive.
He was very clever. He took his guard outside leg stump and already shaped to go over the top on the offside. That extra bit of room. The previous deliveries, Pushpakumara was bowling stump to stump and he was not getting that room. So that was very, very good and clever from Angelo Matthews. He knew where exactly he wanted to hit it. There you go. The adjustment slightly early.
That was in the slot. And again, more control. Stroke along the ground. 5 runs from the over, 20 for 2.